6% GDP, American government is running deficit. There is no country which is not running in balanced budget. It is not there.
These schemes, they do not push the state governments into fiscal risk.
They will not likely, because Maharashtra, they have promised 2,500. Later it has been reduced to 1,500. This is only 2.81 lakh crores. If you compare with what we are giving to corporates by way of bank, you have diluted down the education. We are diluting down the banking sector by having all rural banks. Every bank is going to be merged into 4. In the process, rural credit is not going to come. See, what happens is the scale. In India, it is approximately 12 crore women we are giving.
Unconditional cash transfer is a popular social welfare scheme implemented in over 10 states in India. Started way back in 2013 in Goa with 1,500 rupees given to women every month. Now thousands of women in India receive up to 2,500 rupees a month in some states. Many research reports say money given under this cash transfer scheme helps women to attend to their unmet health and personal needs. But the Economic Survey 2025-26 raises an alarm, saying that in the long run, this scheme would backfire on the states. This scheme would weaken the state's economy. Let's discuss with economist Prabhakar on the impact of this scheme. Hello, sir. Welcome.
Vanakkam.
Sir, unconditional cash transfers have expanded rapidly across many states, now costing about 1.7 lakh crore in financial year 2026. From an economist perspective, at what point do you think this income support crossed the line from social protection to a fiscal risk for states that are already running on revenue deficit?
The first thing is the total that you spend on this for 15 states, 12 to 15 states in various forms, has not crossed more than 0.8 of GDP. And there are two countries. One is Mexico, which is the oldest, and Brazil 2003. Mexico is 2007. They are all conditional transfers. And in both the cases, it has reduced poverty to a large extent. You should know the difference between conditional transfer and unconditional transfer. In the case of conditional transfer in Mexico and in Brazil, they said that you should attend the school, 85% attendance you should have. You should go for the hospital checkup at least 3 times in a year for women. Now, can we do that kind of a conditional transfer in India? It is difficult, because these women who are there in this particular scheme may not have the enough medical facilities in this particular areas in which they are living. It is reaching 12 crore women in the country, while those places it is not more than 60 lakhs or 57 lakhs, and targeting only 60 to 27%. In Mexico, it is only 27% of the people of poverty they have targeted. But this, if you take places like Tamil Nadu, it is universal. Therefore, you don't distinguish. If she is a woman, she is allowed to come free in the bus. So, this is the difference between unconditional transfer and conditional transfer. Now, what happens is, the advantage of unconditional transfer is you don't distinguish people, you don't filter the people, you give it for everybody, so that everybody, irrespective of their status, they can do. I have done my own research, which has been published. Because of this, there will be leakages. Therefore, some rich people also may go. For example, in the bus, a richest woman also may go, but she will not be charged. But this particular thing in economics, we call it as leakages, and it is only 8% leakage in Tamil Nadu.
8% or 0.8, sir?
And 8% is the leakage. Leakage. That means even if you are rich, you still use the bus. Therefore, that is only 8%. The GDP expenditure is 0.8%. And Brazil and Mexico have not become bankrupt because their GDP expenditure is 0.5%. Therefore, my own assessment as an economist and most of the economists in the country, including Dr. Arvind Subramaniam, it is not going to affect to a large extent. It will push the economies into financial fiscal risk.
Hmm. Okay.
There is no possibility of going in for fiscal risk. The welfare benefits reaching them far more than not giving them the money.
But how is this possible, sir? When the states are running on deficit, how can we expect them to continue these kind of unconditional cash transfer?
You have asked a very good question. Which is Government of India is running in without deficit?
No.
Government of India is also running in deficit. American government is running in deficit of 6% GDP. American government is running deficit. There is no country which is not running in, balanced budget, it is not there. On the other hand, if you are going in for deficit, and for that, the fund flow from central government should be seamless. What has been promised should be given to the states. A state like Tamil Nadu is yet to receive the education budget of 10,000 crores. On some reason that they have not done this, you are denying that particular money. 74% of resources of Tamil Nadu is generated by itself. Only 24% comes from the central government. Therefore, even in that 23% that's devolution, if you are not giving on time the required money, definitely states will go in for uh, go in for this kind of deficits.
So this means that many state governments, they do not depend on the devolution of funds from the central government to run many schemes like this.
Oh, yeah, not many states, only some states like Tamil Nadu government. It need not depend totally on, but some states which are exceeding this particular kind of, for example, Bihar, 46%, while 28% budget, 28.5% is given by the Finance Commission, Bihar goes up to 46%. Therefore, they don't have anything other than depending upon grants from the central government. And what happens is these kind of estates, they should really improve the business within their particular, their governance has to improve.
They should become more self-sustainable.
Sustainable based on governance. If you do not have appropriate governance, it is a governance dividend. If you govern your resources carefully, I don't say that Tamil Nadu is the best, but it is comparatively far more better in managing its fiscal resources
Mm.
compared to other other states in northern part of India.
The economic survey notes unconditional cash transfer form a very large share of income for women, up to 87% for some self-employed women and 40 to 50% of rural consumption for many households. Does this level of dependence strengthen economic security, or does it create long-term vulnerabilities, especially if state finances tighten?
There is a survey known as monthly consumption expenditure survey. Rural is approximately 4,000, 3,997, and urban is 6,000 per head. You are giving just 1,000. And how can we can imagine that it is taking 47% of their expenditure. It is not. It provides, if you actually take a sample survey of those women who have got 1,000, majority of the expenditure going for hospital which they were postponing. For example, in a household, If a man is ill, if a men folk are ill, the first priority is for him to go for the hospital. The women folk, even for the simplest ailments, they generally postpone. Therefore, this postponing of diseases, primarily because there is no priority for women health, now gets a better fillip by giving them 1,000 rupees free transportation and going to a hospital. Therefore, there will be a good amount of feeding for the hospitals to treat women. Now, I don't think so that there is any reason. This is only 2.81 lakh crores. If you compare with what we are giving to corporates by way of bank, I mean, writing off their bad loans, which is 20 lakh crores, it is not even 10% of what you are going to give that. Therefore, highlighting this as a major point, we are missing the major where we are losing. We have given from 30% to 22% for corporate tax, thinking that they will invest in our capital expenditure. But unfortunately, what is that happening in the capital expenditure? Last year, it is negative. That means they are selling off their assets. There is last 3 months, most of the private capital expenditure is negative.
Sir, with salaries, pension, interest, and subsidies taking up nearly 62% of states' revenue receipts, the Economic Survey warns that expanding this cash transfer schemes could crowd out capital expenditure. How serious is this trade off?
Yes, to a certain extent, it will have an impact on the construction of roads and other related services that we provide for people. This you can definitely do by increasing the efficiency. Let us not expand the government by having more number of people working. Let us use AI in order to administer fast these things. Therefore, in the same document, they say that AI is going to be used. We are not going to invent new things. We will make AI more of an application oriented area. Now, first starting point is for government. To get your certificates, to get most of the services of government, if you start using AI, you will find your expenditure is likely to stay stagnant or even come down if you are using. Therefore, use more efficient methods of doing it. Similarly, this unconditional transfer also try to slowly tell the people why they are given. If the women are told that you should maintain some kind of an attendance, 75%, we will monitor, probably may not be monthly like in Brazil or bi-monthly like in Mexico. Mexico, it is bi-monthly. And in other country, it is for the family. If the family number of children goes up, automatically it is $115 they are paying, which is very high compared to India, what we are paying. Here, what we are trying to do is we are trying to help these families. Now, with Manrega becoming demand, Manrega used to be demand based. Therefore, they used to do it for when there is a large demand for it, then they used to uh, give the Manrega jobs. Now it has not become Manrega. The central government decides who will get what, and they are getting it. Now Manrega is diluted down. You have diluted down the education. We are diluting down the banking sector. Banking sector by having all rural banks are every bank is going to be merged into four. In the process, rural credit is not going to come. Where will they go? Therefore, this is the only way you can reach the farthest points of the country. And this states only do because they got the infrastructure available for that.
Sir, the Economic Survey flags evidence that unconditional transfers may reduce female labor participation if not combined with jobs and skills. How should policymakers reconcile the empowerment narrative around cash transfers to women with these labor market concerns?
See, this is a argument put forth by uh, Bhagavati sir, who is an economist, and he told that this is dependency syndrome will come. I have done my own research in Tamil Nadu, which I have published also. The female labor force participation rate has increased by 4%. Imagine the female participation rate increasing by 4%.
Okay.
And per day, a woman work hours have come down by average half an hour. Therefore, for example, if there is a free transportation, the women fast they go back home, and each woman is saving half an hour more. Why we are giving this particular money? Primarily because we are the women are giving care for the elders at home, and are they paid money for that? This we call it as unpaid care. This unpaid care has to be compensated for the women, or else they will have no incentive to do anything. Therefore, this is for the unpaid care. This 1,000 rupees will make people lazy is incorrect, both for women as well as for old age pension. In Tamil Nadu, you have old age pension. Their employment, people who are above 60, their employment have increased by 0.4% for the past 3 years based on Government of India figures. That means 60, I am retired. No, I start working because this man has been provided with some kind of a basic income. Therefore, he goes for work.
Fantastic.
Therefore, just because you are given 1,000 rupees, there is no sense of becoming dependency, or they are becoming,
So you mean to say this actually strengthens the labor market?
it strengthens the labor market.
Okay.
It strengthens the labor market, and that is the reason why when organizations come, they don't mind putting the plant in Sri Paramudur. Definitely, it is a town, but definitely the employees come from nearby villages. Therefore, this money what they are using is generally is going to increase the nutrition of the women. The nutrition and health of the women, if you take care of, automatically you will find the disease epidemiology of disease profile of the women also will come down to a large extent.
There are many global examples like Mexico and in schemes in Brazil. They show better outcomes with conditional, review based, and time bound transfers. How do you think, in the Indian context, what design changes are most urgent if cash transfers are to support human capital without weakening the growth and fiscal stability?
See, what happens is the scale. In India, it is 11, approximately 12 crore
Yeah.
women we are giving. And to monitor them, what mechanism you can have?
Mm.
It has to be thought. And you can definitely do RCTs. Therefore, randomized control trials. Therefore, take few people who are getting this, few people who are not getting this, then do the research and then do. Not universally, you cannot do. You cannot tell every woman to go and attend classes, classes 85%. It is impossible. How to monitor? There is no monitoring mechanism available. And this will definitely lead to unnecessary women are being left off from the lists. Therefore, RCTs, that is what both the countries are doing. Both Brazil and Mexico has done that. Mexico, Lulu, he says it is one of the kind of measures in the world. But definitely, Tamil Nadu is also pioneer in that particular thing. Of course, we are late. That is 1997 program, which is very effectively by using RCT. Lot of published data available. The women have improved in their nutrition. Women have improved in their health care. Lot of things have already helped the country to move forward in Mexico and in Brazil. And it is also there in China. China, it is also known as Giabo, which is also there. 100 countries have implemented different kind, including Korea. South Korea. They have implemented different, but not to this extent. They are all small countries, and the population is 50 lakhs. Therefore, 50 million or something like that they were doing. But ours is massive. Therefore, giving 2.81 lakhs is going to destabilize the entire economy of only 0.8% of GDP may not make economic sense. It will become a grave fiscal risk if it crosses, in my opinion, 1%, 1.5% of the GDP, state GDPs.